They want Alan Grant.
Grant? You'll never get him out of Montana. Luz, más luz.
Why not?
Muchachos, échame luz!
Steve, why not?
Because Grant's like me. He's a digger. Qué lindo eres. Vas a ser.
It's 1994. You are Stuart Raffle, film director, writer, and my fellow British expat living stateside, and one day, someone offers to loan you an animatronic T-Rex for 2 weeks. So what do? If your answer is, write a script in a week, cast a bunch of up-and-comers, and make yourself an honest-to-God dinosaur B-movie, then congratulations, you have just commissioned Tammy and the T-Rex. And frankly, the world is significantly better for it. Off the bat, I'm gonna say it, I am totally in love with this film. It's B-movie trash that knows exactly what it is and what it wants to do. And yes, that is Denise Richards doing a dance routine at what I'm guessing is cheerleading practice to a song called Dinosaur Man. Sadly, I cannot play it, but rest assured it's almost as 90s as Dexter Holland's dreadlocks. But not quite as 90s as an intern in a blue dress. Enter Michael, played by a very young pre-Fast and Furious Paul Walker, who spends a good time gawking before giving the titular Tammy a smooch. Ah, young love. But that's nothing.
Work it, girl!
This right here is Byron, Tammy's gay best friend, and by far the best character in the entire movie. He's played by Theo Fawcett, who until last year didn't act again after this film, which is an absolute shame because, as I'm going to demonstrate throughout the entire review, he is an absolute treat. Mr. Fawcett, should this video ever cross your desk, please get in contact. I would love to have you sign my DVD. Where did we leave off again? Oh yeah, right here. Michael, as it turns out, isn't technically speaking Tammy's boyfriend, so she rejects a flower from him because, well, she's worried about what her current squeeze will do.
You're crazy, you know that?
Ladies and gents, may I present the first vegan of the 90s? Inevitably, the current boyfriend Billy shows up. And hey, it's George Pilgrim, best known for being mistaken as David Duchovny. He's a youth ex-con and, yep, you guessed it, has a violent streak. Credit where it's due, the fight scene is actually quite well shot and edited. And the reactions from Denise Richards are also good. Like, these people are actually trying to act and not just bullshitting. So, a film written in a week is better than the fourth attempt at a shark movie from Misty Tally. Go figure. Apparently this school is in a good district since the cops show up incredibly quickly to break up what has apparently developed into quite literally a dick measuring contest. Or rather a dick grabbing contest. It's dumb, it's silly, but I'm not gonna lie, it fits the mood so far. Tammy runs off, leaving a heartbroken Michael to have a quick heart-to-heart with Byron. How do we follow up a rather amusing fight scene and not one but two actors who went on to have massive careers? With a goddamn T-Rex, of course! You saw the title, you knew where this was going, and of course it was going to deliver. Enter Dr. Gunther Wackenstein, or Wackenstein depending on the scene, played by a horror vet and the titular star of Weekend at Bernie's, Terry Kisser, and his motley crew of girlfriend Helga, computer whiz and former child of the corn Bobby, and the muscle, Carl. Apparently the good doctor wants the animatronic to, do weights and break logs. What is this nutter up to?
I will give you everything. I will give you a brain. I will give you immortality.
What a crock of shit!
Alright, you heard the man. We're going to put the brain inside of the T-Rex. And then afterwards, I don't know, what do you feel like? Maybe we can get a Blockbuster and rent Jurassic Park. We'll order Pizza Hut too and drink some Ecto Coolers. Well, it turns out we can't quite put the ghost in the shell yet. First, Michael has to mope to breakup music holding... Wait, is that a BFF necklace? Regular Casanova here, folks. Interrupting his little pity party, Tammy calls to apologise and invite Michael over for a pants-off dance-off. Everything seems to be going to plan until Billy's friends happen to drive by and see the amateur parkour, inciting the inevitable. So yeah, they make out a little, get interrupted by Billy quite literally invading the family home. Michael gets caught trying to escape and wait, where are they taking him?
You better not tell anyone we did this.
Did what? Breaking and entering, assault, kidnapping? No, you didn't do any of that. You stayed at home and listened to your Soundgarden records. That's what you did, right? Yeah? That wasn't what you did at all.
Jesus will never forgive you.
In a totally different shooting location, and not just a reverse shot of the same clearing, the gang reveal their sinister plot, letting Michael go free in a wild animal park, which amuses Blondie over here to no end. Obviously, with the same plot to move on, Michael gets an up-close and personal look at the big cat residence and, oh no, it's a lion! Whatever shall you do? Well, not that. Definitely not that. Oh god, man, that lion is making a meal out of this. Oh, bloody hell. This, is probably the second worst thing to happen to Paul Walker. Just in the nick of time, Michael is saved by the game warden and whisked off to the hospital.
Could you tell me what your Michael brackets in, please?
Just a minute, please.
Oh, good lord, you can tell this was written and directed by a Brit living stateside right about now. Michael is in a deep, deep, smug coma. The worst kind of coma. Clearly this is all too much for everyone in the room.
May I?
Michael.
Cheers! But this is water, because, yeah. Hydrate, it's good for you. Can I just compliment Denise Richards here? Like, this film is self-aware schlock, but she's actually seriously trying here. Massive props. Suddenly, Billy and his cronies burst in, prompting Tammy to finally break up with his hooligan ass. Well, after some physical violence. Scampering away with his tail neatly between his legs, Billy passes... Wait a second, that's the Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs Doctor and Greta wearing what I believe in the business is called a look. Also, I get that it's 1994, but can he do that in here? Either way, a little gift of the gab later, and suddenly he's in the room, realizing that Michael's only living relative is this old drunk, aka easy pickings for a spot of kidnapping. How does someone get kidnapped by two different sets of crazy people within the space of 24 hours? Is he, perchance related to Princess Peach? Wait, did she just unplug him? Oh dear god, what is this charade?
Well, that's it. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I did all I could.
Outside, after a brief grope, we're treated to, comedy?
Come on.
Oh, man! You guys had the weirdest dream. I was in Kansas and there's this tornado. And you were there?
I was, huh? Good.
And you were there?
Helga.
Thank you, Greta. Now we can get to the real meat and potatoes, the prime time, the main event. But before we do, a warning. Up until now, the film has been, well, with the exception of some colourful language, rather tame. Now I mention this because there's actually two versions of this film. The first is a cut-to-pieces, family-friendly PG-13 edit that was farted out ahead of the holiday season. What we're watching today, though, is not that. We are watching the original, uncut, uncensored, R-rated version, lovingly restored and brought to us by Vinegar Syndrome. So, if you are squeamish, I'd recommend watching something else. Maybe that JoJo Siwa girl, I don't know. Someone boring, I suppose. Why is he still smoking? And buddy, that's not how you wear a mask. Oh, good lord, we're letting him perform brain surgery? At least it's not rocket science. Oh, Christ. Also, bravo to the special effects guys here. They did an amazing job with what I can only assume was a minuscule budget.
Now, let me see. Oh, yes, you see, everything controls and moves something else, like this. Watch. Ah, see, that's good, that's good. Oh, no, wait, this one's my favorite right here. Watch this one, watch this. Watch.
Okay, stop playing with your food and slap that brain into the green bubbling cauldron and make that T-Rex roar. Later that night, after a day of hard work, the goons order pizza and... Hey, didn't I vote for that guy?
Are you the double cheese pepperoni?
Hey look, free pizza! Sweet. And good lord, I get that you're supposed to be the brainless muscle, but that's not a bin. Well, unless his last name just so happens to be Bean. Coming to in his new body, Michael gets a front row view of what exactly has happened to him, and is understandably quite pissed off about it. Oh good god, that was bloody fantastic! And wait, since when can a T-Rex's stubby arms get that high? Wait, what? Where did he get the mirror from? Oh, come on, Mike, you're not that ugly, just different. Take out your anger in a constructive way, like a rage room, or, yeah, you could just kick Carl through the door and make some human carpaccio. That's cool too, I think. Oh, watch out, lady! There's a dinosaur on a terrible green screen coming right at ya! Okay, so not all of the effects are stellar. Good grief. Was that even the same T-Rex? That one looked like a plastic toy. Like, I'm pretty sure I could do better with Trogdor. Ladies, gentlemen, the T-Rex is making a phone call. I repeat, the dinosaur is making a phone call. Someone get Criterion on the phone. This needs to go into the collection now. Later that night, at a patio party that you totally want to be at if you thought your significant other had just died, Tammy gets one final confrontation with Billy and his friends.
Hi, Tammy. I'm so sorry about what happened. Such a terrible accident. Just the worst.
It wasn't an accident, Michelle.
Well, sorry anyway.
Claws out, bitches!
What?
Not like that! Michael? Michael, oh dear God, he's going bonkers, it's a rampage! Oh, the humanity, the absolute humanity! Run for your very lives! Well, barring you, Billy, just want to stand right there and... Yeah, that'll do, cheers, bud. Holy Nikes, is this technically murder? I mean, Michael's brain is in that thing.
Thank you.
Did the T-Rex just pick up Byron and then dust off his shoulder? This is happening, right? This is not a toilet moonshine-induced fever dream, right? Wait, so if Dinosaur Mike recognizes Byron, doesn't that mean he's conscious of his actions during this whole escapade? Good lord, Billy was a piece of work, but he never went on a killing spree. The ethical ramifications here are bigger than Argentinosaurus. Fashionably late, the police, led by Sheriff Black, show up on the scene to investigate.
Oh, sweet Jesus, it's a massacre. Is that his head?
It ain't no watermelon.
Watermelon? On this budget? After torturing our squeamish sheriff's son, the boys come across some survivors hiding under the bar who, well, yeah, you try telling the cops that you saw a dinosaur kill a bunch of people. See how well that works out.
She's telling the truth, Pop. It was a dinosaur.
Byron, what the hell are you doing here?
I was at the party when it happened.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Byron.
You drop anything, don't bend over.
Jesus Christ, was that okay in 1994? I get the feeling that wasn't okay, even if this was, 27-ish years ago. The next morning, discovering that Frankenstein's monster is on the loose, Dr. Bonkers and the walking Victoria's Secret sales rack find the carnage of the night before. But instead of going nuts, they seem to like it.
And what do we tell our investors?
I showed them this and this, huh? I mean, they will love it. They are capitalists. They will see nothing but dollars, lots of dollars. Now, come on, we must find our dinosaur.
There's a Tumblr joke here, but for once, let's take the high road right into Tammy's bedroom as she enters in a silk nightie. Oh, grief, we're making fun of the Jurassic Park water scene, and yeah, that's an appropriate response to seeing a bloody dinosaur at your window. Hearing the commotion, her parents investigate and find nothing but a trashed room and an open window. How did T-Rex Michael get her out of that room? Also, good lord, what is it with this movie and kidnapping? Regaining consciousness at an undisclosed barn, Tammy is subjected to the terror of every awkward family Christmas party. Charades!
Sounds like, fingers. No? Rain. Sounds like rain. Rain, pain, brain, name, brain. Sounds like brain. What brain? Michael, brain. Michael, brain. Michael's brain?
You've got it, lady. Loverboy is now an amusement park attraction and may or may not have a higher body count than John Wayne Gacy, but that's him in there alright. Returning home and brushing off both her parents and the cops with a story about, and I quote, a meteor or something, Tammy reunites with Byron and fills him in on the good news, while the baddies watch in wait, realizing that Tammy has most likely been in contact with Michael. We are now in the final 30 minutes, ladies and gents, and if you think it's nutty now, you haven't seen anything yet. Realizing they need to get Michael's body back, our heroes resolve to take the carcass after the funeral proceedings are done, and yeah, apparently a robot T-Rex can cry at a eulogy. Who knew?
I love you, boy.
Again, I've got to compliment the acting here. Even if this is just a bit part and a fake funeral, these people are really giving it their all. How the guy behind Mac and Me got this much talent in this film is beyond me, but absolute power to him. Okay, the funeral's done and people are cleared out. Let's get that body.
Would you relax?
Oh, shit. Right, no brain. Technically, that body is dead. Oh, dear. And there's rats too now? What kind of medieval cemetery is this?
Oh, maybe we should get some bug spray or something.
Think we're just a bit past that, Byron. Oh, good lord. How is there another kidnapping? Good news though, this one fails and Tammy promises to find Michael another body. So after commandeering a yellow truck and duct taping the villains, as you do, it's time to raid the local morgue in the weirdest episode of Extreme Makeover I've ever seen. This whole scene is just, it's perfection. If I could justify it, I'd play the whole thing unedited. It's a mile a minute of puns, jokes, and brilliant timing. It's a gem, and out of context, it would be a perfect SNL skit.
Byron, I do not want a girl.
Hey, let him take a look. Mike?
We could be like three sisters.
Come
I don't
on.
want a sister. I want a guy.
No, baby.
Okay. He's thinking he likes it. Byron.
You heard it here first, folks. The Tyrannosaurus Rex says trans rights. So why don't you? Hold that thought, because the cops are on the scene and these two are having a hop race. Cue the medium-speed car chase through Southern California.
Hang on to your boobs, girl. It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Realizing that they just can't shake the cops, Byron goes to stall Sheriff Black, which, yeah, it goes about as well as you think it would. Tammy makes an escape riding on the Tyrannosaur, aided by a dodgy green screen and... Wait, is that smoke in the shot? So as it would turn out, during production of this film, Southern California was experiencing some pretty nasty forest fires, and as a result, some shots have smoke in the background, and you get some actually quite nice scenes like this one with Tammy kind of riding off into the smoke on a T-Rex. Byron, please turn around and see the goddamn police following you. Bloody hell, everyone in this film is oblivious to the obvious. It's the next morning, FYI, and the gang regroup at the barn from before.
Sure nobody followed you?
Sure, I'm sure. I came across the country on my bike.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, look, it's the Fuzz. Who'd have thought it? Alas, it's time for the final showdown. Waving a white flag, Byron and Tammy go to negotiate with Sheriff Black and the boys, which ends up with all the civilities being tossed aside. Due process, what's that?
It's that crazy doctor and that lanky bitch again.
Well put, Neville. Dr. Wackenstein and Helga show up claiming that it's just a mechanical dinosaur, and that they'll put it to sleep with a tranquilizer dart.
If it's a machine, then how can a tranquilizer work on it?
Oh my god. Has a character just used an ounce of common sense in a movie? Holy shit. Crack the champagne, boys. It finally happened! Bullshitting his way out of Byron's keen perception by claiming that the dinosaur is powered by living crystals and is thus susceptible to tranquilizers, the cops agree to let Wackenstein go in with Helga and deal with our dinosaur friend, which goes about as well as you'd think it would. Ah, Christ, no, Michael, those cops have guns! And the last enemy to be destroyed is death. Or it's any doubt that, holy crap, Denise Richards can really act. Fun fact, this was one of her first paying gigs, and good lord, how is she not in anything these days? Seriously, it's like her talent is fueled by tiger blood. Maybe that's not a good thing. Okay, enough jokes. It's time to wrap this up. Some time has passed and Tammy is coming home from her day. After briefly chatting to her parents, she runs to her room and, oh lord, that's Michael's brain in a jar hooked up to a camera and a computer. Should you be pouring booze on that? Oh my lord, wait, where is she going? Oh, here she is again and, oh god, cut the video, quick, get something Susan approved to put over that. Oh, okay, phew, that's safe, and bloody hell, look what you've done. All that excitement caused his brain to spark like tinfoil in the microwave. In summary, Tammy and the T-Rex is trash. Glorious, cult, schlocky trash that I am head over heels in love with. I cannot get enough of this thing. I am floored it took the best part of 30 years for it to be released uncut in the United States. And now that it is, please check it out. You can find it streaming on Shudder, or if you want the physical release, like this one, you can buy it directly from Vinegar Syndrome. One last thing, on the credits roll, why does it say Tanny instead of Tammy? Now I think about it, why did the title card say Tanny and the Teenage T-Rex? Ah, good grief. Well, it's not perfect, but I guess it never was supposed to be. I've always got a place in my heart for schlock, and this right here is top grade, best in class, blue ribbon nonsense. Just remember, if you wake up and find that your brain has been implanted into a robot dinosaur, murder is now legal. Good night.